morning, guys. Today I'm going to be getting a lot of prep work done and getting things ready to start some creatures. So I don't have anything started yet on these creatures, so we're mainly going to be doing things like cutting fabric out, sewing their bodies. We might do some clay, but I'm not 100% sure yet because I mainly want to get their bodies ready. So I'm going to be doing some sewing first. I've already started on one of them. It was kind of small, so I just got it out of the way, and now I'm going to be sewing on another one, which is going to be one of the larger of the three pieces. And then I think we're also going to cut some fabric out for some dragons from an Etsy shop. I recently made one for Halloween. I think that's uploading next week, and I got in the mood to make more similar to it because I really like the body style of it. Anyways, let's get started on the sewing. Okay, so I don't have anything started yet other than having all the fabric pieces cut out. It might be a little bit obvious what I'm making. I haven't fully decided if it's going to be a crocodile, alligator, or caiman yet. So once I get the body done, I'll eventually have to decide because it's going to be necessary to make the clay head to know what species I'm making. So again, yeah, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. I just know that it's going to be one of those three. Now with this piece, I think it would have been really cool to have the whole body made out of the fake leather because I just absolutely love the look of it, but I think it would have been just a little bit too rubbery and I didn't want it to be where it was hard to pose or anything like that. So the underbelly and all the under parts of the legs are this kind of soft plush fabric, and hopefully that'll make it a little bit softer and more lifelike because I think the leather would have made them really stiff. Anyways, I'm actually really glad you guys are enjoying these vlogs. The first one went really well. At the time I'm filming this one, I haven't uploaded another one, but I was not expecting it to do so well, and it did really good. I mean, it didn't do as good as a normal upload, but I wasn't expecting it to, so I was really surprised with that. So I'm hopefully going to continue doing this. We may have a week every now and again that doesn't have one, but right now I'm committed to doing this weekly. Okay, so I got the sewing done for the crocodile slash caiman slash alligator thing that I'm doing, and I have the legs kind of put together. I've got all these, and then I've got the body somewhat put together. I've got the tail stuffed just to get an idea of how well it will stuff, and so far I'm really happy with how it looks. I can't wait to get this one done. But yeah, there's that. And now we're going to work on another piece. Like I said, we were doing three, and I already have one already sewn off camera, so now is the third piece. Okay, so these are all the pieces for the third project. I need to dye everything, so I left it all connected. Right now the fabric is damp, so it'll absorb the paint better, and I have some water put to the side. I'm going to mix up some acrylics in it and start painting this. Okay, so for this, I'm going to aim for kind of like a brownish green color. So I'm just going to try and get a color that I like mixed up, and then we'll apply it. See that? It'll probably be a little lighter afterwards, and we'll end up messing around with it more, but we're just trying to get a basic color down. So I'm going to mix up all of that acrylic until there's no chunky bits, and then we can apply it to our fabric. Oh, that looks good. I like that. It's actually a bit more like dingy on the fabric. I thought it would be a bit more neon, but I'm actually happy that it's less neon. But yeah, guys, if you don't have like fabric dye to do this, I highly recommend just getting acrylic, watering it down, and then just letting it dry, and it actually will stain the fabric. The dye and pigments in the paint work just fine. I mean, if you're working with something that's going to run through the wash over and over again, like clothing, maybe not do this, but if you're doing something that's not going to get wet or not going to have to get wet over and over and over again, this works just fine. And honestly, it doesn't even bleed or anything. I've seen people like use markers and stuff that aren't fabric markers. Like someone will use a Sharpie to draw patterns on their fabric, and then a customer will get their thing wet accidentally, or they'll get something on it and try and wash it, and then everything starts bleeding. And then you can't fix it because it's Sharpie. So once it's bled, it's bled. But yeah, acrylic works just fine. Okay, so I got the fabric dyed. I need to let it dry, but I also need to move it out of the way because I still need to work on things and it's kind of taking up my whole desk right now. So I'm going to try and slide this a little bit. Okay, good. It didn't stick to the counter. Sometimes it gets wet underneath it when I spray it and it'll stick and it's so hard to move over. Okay, so the next thing that I need to work on is actually making some resin eyes because the crocodile thing that we're going to do, I need to make eyes for it, so I'm going to be using my molds. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is resin already in the molds. They are already cured, and it's not filling the molds, it's just a little bit, and we're going to be painting our pupils on top of this, because I want to have slit pupils, and that's not going to work with just pouring it, so I need to find a way to paint them on first, and then we're going to pour resin on top of that, whatever color we want the eye to be. So, I haven't done this before, so we'll see if it works. But that's basically how I want to make my crocodile eyes. So, I need to go get my resin real quick. Okay, so I'm going to try a bunch of different ideas with this. On some, I think I'm just going to do a simple black line. I'm going to get my elbow in that. You're going to see me. I'm going to stick my elbow in the fabric that I have drying. And I can probably also mess around with adding extra details and stuff if I want. They're so messy. You can see them from the back side. They're not that bad, but I definitely need to straighten them up. So this is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. I have changed my mind on straight little lines. And I'm going for more of a organic blobbiness. So, see if that works better. So I'm getting one super thin and then the other one gets a little bit too thick. So I've got to thicken up the other one. And then I make that one too thick and yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to try something a different color just for fun. Since we're doing a bunch of them, I might as well have fun. Oh, the red will go nice and straight, but not the black. The red is a little translucent, so I might have to do a few coats of it, which means I'm going to risk messing it up every time I do a coat. Okay, I think I'm happy with how the pupils look. This is the back side, which is not going to be the side that you see when they're done. And then you might be able to see them through the mold. I'm really happy with these ones. I think these are going to end up being the crocodile caiman thing. I really need to pick which one that's going to be. I'm aiming more for, alligator. I kind of like the idea of it being an alligator. But yeah, I need to let all this acrylic dry and then we can pour some resin in them. Okay guys, so I am back from a lunch break. I ran the puppers out, got something to eat. It's been roughly about an hour and a half and now I'm going to start sketching out some stuff for some paintings. So my fabric already dried, so I moved it out of the way and I'm just going to be messing around with finishing up a few sketches. So let me see if I can find it. Okay, so this is my sketchbook. These are my rough ideas of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do 3 paintings. This is actually my first try at doing a series, so all of them are going to be related. And the theme is kind of like crystallized beetles. So I've got a rough idea for that. And then I did kind of like a very faded, very basic line work thing. And I need to refine the lines and just make everything really clean so I can follow them with a painting. So I got 3 of them here and I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, so if you ever decide to draw anything out on a canvas to do a painting, I recommend using colored pencils because they don't blend into the paint that you put on. So like if you used a normal graphite pencil, you'd end up getting like smears inside of your paint. And I highly recommend not doing that because it'll make everything kind of dingy and dirty looking. And we don't want that, especially with our brighter colors that we want to work with. So I'm just going to kind of sketch out and kind of refine the shape of my beetle. Now with these, I think I'm going to end up recording the time lapse of one. I haven't decided yet which one, and then the others I'm just going to do off camera. I actually have a painting pretty much done. I need to decide if I'm going to change anything on it real quick, and that is basically all recorded for a time lapse, and I should be able to start editing that soon. So if you guys are curious on any of my paintings, because I haven't done them in a while, I should have a time lapse pretty soon. If you guys wanted to see it, I figured I'd just show it off real quick. This is going to be the painting that I do a time lapse on next. I'm not 100% sure if I'm done with it, mainly because the colors are a little bit kind of off to me. I know I used it like different greens and stuff that I'm normally used to, so it may be just throwing me off. So I might sit on it a little bit and think about maybe adjusting some of the hues in the hands, maybe adding a bit more of a bluish purple tint to it, because it is very like browns and kind of yellows and stuff, and I want to have a bit more of the blues from the dragonfly showing up in other places. So yeah, I might end up adjusting this a little bit more before I do the time lapse. I think I'm going to call it good for today. I got quite a bit of stuff done. I really enjoyed sketching all these out, and I can't wait to start on painting them. I'm thinking maybe in the future I might do a vlog where we just oil paint or something. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, to all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!